Good day to everyone. Is it okay to open your camera, please?
Can we kindly request all the attendees to open their cameras if it's possible? This way we can engage more with each other.
Yeah, I know that sometimes the connection are not so good, but thank you. So have a good day to everyone. It's not so nice to see all of you in here with us for the our workshop, The Futures We Write for Climate, Culture and Peace. Aparna, our diva is here. Great. I just wondered that you will be in Utopia or Dystopia part. It's called. You are mute, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
This is my hashtag. I see the Zainab is here, Zaman Zainab, second Zainab, both Zainabs are here, right?
Three Zainab, yeah, three Zainab here. And you know, in our country, we have a belief that if you stand between three Zainab, you can make a wish. And I don't know if it becomes true or not. So,
okay, I make a wish, fine.
Okay, make a wish. So first, I would like to thank to our host organization and my dear good friend Aparna. She's always have an idea out of box and push all of us for better world, and thank you for that. And great to see our old friends Joao, and we worked together a couple of years ago for a documentary in Brazil, and all of you welcome. So this workshop is organized by eCorp Turkey, and probably many of you know, but I just want to say some things about e-commerce and eCorp. And eCorp is a scientific committee of e-commerce international, and our committee's goal are enhance the state of preparedness within the heritage institutions and professions in relation to disaster and for better world. And I also would like to introduce my colleagues. They will be with us during this workshop, and they will help to you. Zeynep Ece Atabay and Zeynep Egeli. Maybe two Ece can introduce. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Zeynep Gülünal. I'm a professor at Yıldız Technical University. Right now, I'm acting as a e-commerce vice president and eCorp vice president and president of eCorp. So let's give the place to the Zeyneps.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy and excited to have you all here today. My name is Zeynep Ece. You can call me Ece to avoid any confusion. I'm an architect and I have a master's degree on cultural heritage protection. Right now, I continue my PhD study, which is on the protection of cultural heritage from 21st century's hybrid threats. Thank you all again.
And hello, everyone. I'm Zeynep again. Sorry for the confusion. I am a security specialist. I have a background, a master's degree on crisis and security management, and I am working specifically on cultural security. I'm also very excited to work with all of you today.
Okay, thank you very much to both Zeyneps. Before we started to writing the scenario, I would like to say something for starting, and I would like to share my screen. I think it's okay for
You muted yourself.
all the times. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, you know, we all experience the effect of climate change, but how you experience the effect of climate change might depends on your physical location, or another saying, where do you live? If you live in a riverbank, you feel the effects indifferent. And if you live in a big city, you feel the effects in different way. And if you live in a refugee camp, you feel the effects of climate change in different way. And what is in common thought is that regardless of where you live now, day by day, we feel this change and we all are affected. However, the cause of climate change is still not clear to many of us. We have a difficulty sometimes understanding the link between climate change, protection of cultural heritage, and peace. I think in order to understand the effect of climate change, we need to work on, observe, research the relations between impacts more deeply and carefully. I think this is one of the most important missions of this initiative for climate, culture, and peace, this conference series. In the way we live now, our current way of living shapes our future. So this climate change and its effect is not our inevitable fate, but I think simply we can tell that that's our choice. So now we give you a chance to create a world where you live the best or the worst throughout the decision you make in the next hour. If this duration of workshop is too short for you, please compare the age of our planet's existence with the lifespan of a human. This is the time we have as a humanity. And now, stage is yours. You have an hour for changing the world for bad or good. So I'm leaving the place to Zeynep for explaining the method of the workshop.
Thank you, Dr. Inal. If you allow me, I will share my screen. I hope you can see. So today, during the workshop, what we would like to do is to think about these interconnections between climate, culture, and peace, and together envision two different futures for our humanity. A very positive one, which we can call a utopia, and a very negative one, which we can call a dystopia. So to do this, we will split into two teams, Team Utopia and Team Dystopia, and each team will work on the creation of their own worlds. We will be using an online application, which we will share with you once we split into breakout rooms. And then for our world creation and our brainstorming, we will have an hour. And then each team will have 15 minutes to present their work and for discussion.
To facilitate this process, we are going to help you by giving you some critical drivers. Oh, unfortunately, we cannot see there's a format problem, I guess. But so basically, we have created a list of critical drivers for climate, culture, and peace. And those are the factors that we believe have are going to drive the change towards they are driving the change today, and they will be driving the change towards our future. And we have prepared these to guide you, to give you some ideas on where to start, on how to brainstorm. And we expect you to start by choosing at least one driver from each group. So one for climate, one for culture, and one for peace. And then to think about the interconnectivity between these drivers, how they interact, and depending on your group, to think about how that interaction can be in the best way for utopias and the worst way for dystopias. And we also want to give you the freedom of determining your own scope. So when we ask you to imagine our future, you can be imagining this for us, for like a small community, for example, an imaginary community living on an imaginary island, living in a desert, or you can do it for all of the globe. But please do determine that scope at the beginning and let us know so that we can have a framework to work within. And I guess if you have, and if you have any questions about the meanings, about the definitions of these critical drivers, you can check the information sheet that I have just shared in our chat, where there is a definition for each of these terms. And we will be now separating into groups, where I will be with the Dystopia group and Zeynep Ece Atabay will be with the Utopia group. Thank you.
Thank you, Zeynep. And I will be in both parts, time to time. I will change the room. I don't know, probably technical group can help me to change the room. And before we start, I think we have enough time. And if you kindly introduce yourself, just your name, your profession, and which country you are from, that could be great. And if you open your camera, if it's possible, of course, we appreciate. Yeah, I think
if you can.
In my screen, I can see for Margarita.
Yes. So, hello everyone. Thanks for this opportunity to be here in this workshop. I'm an architect. I'm teaching at Coimbra University. So I'm from Portugal. And I work with urban rehabilitation mainly.
Thank you. And Gizem Şenal.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gizem from Turkey. I'm studying my PhD at Yıldız Technical University with Professor Zeynep, and at the same time work as a research assistant at Istanbul Bilgi University. Nice to meet you.
Taha Zahit Özdemir.
Hello, everyone. I'm also from Istanbul, Turkey, and I'm doing my PhD on Yıldız Technical University with mentorship with Professor Gül. And I'm an architect as well, and I'm working in international institution, is affiliated with OIC, Islamic Cooperation. So good days to you.
Thank you. Özge Ilık.
Hello, everyone. I'm Özge. I'm also from Turkey. I'm a master's student in Yıldız Technical University and also a research assistant in Istanbul Culture University. And that's all. I'm looking forward to this workshop.
Thank you. Joao, you are also participant?
I can introduce myself, but I'm just here.
Yeah, because I can see everyone in the same line, therefore. Okay, you can introduce yourself also, please.
Yes, I'm an architect and urban planner from Brazil, and I work with the 14 Micro since last July.
Thank you. And Anthony.
Yes, I can also quickly introduce myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony, and I'm an architect and a World Heritage professional by profession, and I'm currently working as a consultant for ICROM. And I'm also part of the organizing team for this Climate.Culture.Peace conference.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yunus?
Hi, everyone. I am Yasser Yunus from Iraq. I am a senior engineer working with the TAFI program with Chemonix in Iraq. Thank you.
Thank you. And Samia.
Hi, everyone. I'm Samia Rab Kirtner. I teach architecture, urban design, and heritage management at Morgan State University in Baltimore. Previously, I was in Sharjah, UAE for 14 years. And before that, University of Hawaii. And I'm originally from Pakistan and now a US citizen.
Thank you. And I see one iPhone, Nis, but I don't know, I cannot see the name. I don't know who is iPhone. Nis?
Hi, it's Nisreen.
Okay, Nisreen.
Nisreen, my name. I'm architect. I have master's in architecture. I have Master 2 specialty in restoration and conservation of historical monuments. And I joined the webinar because I'm interested to know now with the climate and all.
Thank you very much. And Aparna, everybody knows you. Are you with us for choosing one of the team?
I can be a participant if you want. I'm here as a participant, and I'm very pleased to meet all of you. I'm also trying to put my laptop on power. I'm Aparna Tandon. I'm working at ECROM and part of this, the organizing committee of this conference, and I lead the First Aid and Resilience program at ECROM. And I'm very happy to be here for this this workshop.
Thank you very much. So I don't know who will help us to split to 2 rooms.
Oh, Anthony.
I have done already.
Zhao has already done this.
Okay, so Anthony, put me in a one room.
I'm in. Can I choose my group? Sorry.
Sure. Sure you can.
I want to be in the disaster group.
Dystopia. Okay, Dystopia. Okay, then I will stay in a Utopia.
Just to confirm, before we do that, Miss Egeli, you're in Dystopia, right?
Yes, I checked.
That's correct, yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Right now, you will all receive some buttons to go to the next room. All you have to do is just click on it, and then you're taken automatically to the other breakout room.
An itibariyle Türkçe konuşabiliriz ama çok teşekkürler arkadaşlar. Gayet güzel oldu bence.
Teşekkür ederiz hocam.
Çok güzel oldu. Gerçekten zor değil mi? Utopia yaratmak çok zor. I'm turning to English.
I am not that optimistic to create utopias. I'm not optimistic enough.
Our optimistic one just need to leave sooner than us.
May I ask if participants are allowed to share their own screens?
Yes, they can.
Okay,
Maybe we can
fine.
give it a try though, Gizem or Erge, if you can just try for the sake of trying.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, we did this exercise before, but I think doing it online is quite difficult. I just started. Last time we did in UNESCO Youth Forum. We had lots of participants, of course, like more than 50 participants, but it was a whole day actually.
Oh.
Great. I mean,
I think this would be a great topic to discuss throughout a day.
yeah, exactly. Especially if you are coming from a different continents, have a very different problems. need to discuss, like one of them have a problem with drought, other one is have a flood. Then you see that if you can make a balance, everybody can use it.
Like in our envisioned utopia.
Yeah, exactly. Anthony, Mulaya is from your team?
Sorry?
I'm asking that Mulaya.
Yes, I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, but we tried to speak to him, but I don't know if he's on standby or anything because we haven't heard.
Okay, it's from your team.
Yes. No,
Okay.
no. He's a participant.
No, it's not.
No, he's an attendee.
Oh, I see.
Yes. I will go to the other room just to tell them that we're done to see where they come back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Who will represent?
I think we both will.
Both.
I will share
the screen.
Yeah.
We can both talk.
Welcome, Zeynep, Taha. Did you get a chance to create trouble for whole nation?
We have very bad news for you.
Yeah. We were talking about that creating a utopic world is really difficult than creating a dystopia, because even you try to do everything correct, everything goes back to the wrong direction. So is all of your team is in here?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, thank you very much. In a short time, I saw that lots of stickers and lots of ideas inside of that. And I know that actually we did this exercise before. I told them the UNESCO Youth Forum with a very crowded participants, but it's quite hard to do in online, and congratulations in a short time for creating that brainstorming ideas. So who wanted to start first? Utopia group? Shall we then share
okay,
screen, please?
Yeah.
I can share it. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, if you make it, you can.
Perfect.
Ah, good.
Okay, I can start and we will present this with Gizem. In our Utopia world, we took the sea level rise as our starting point, and their keyword is alchemy, and also kind of welcome is our keyword, because we are welcoming the rising sea of the level of sea and the water. We have some ancient water channels and the riverbeds, and we are just canalize the water through them. And we are just learning to live with these conditions. Alchemy is a keyword in this world, because we are just, if we want something, we just need to give something equally important to the world. There's an exchange like that in Dystopia, and we are locating in a big mass of land. Maybe if you're thinking about the real world, can be the continent of America or South America, Africa, I don't know, but it's a imaginary land and imaginary people. And our community is a kind of a big united water nation, because we are living in a balance with the water, and we are controlling the water and also controlled by water. Everything occurs from these relationships. But there's some consequences about that, of course, because of we are welcoming the water. There is a tangible heritage becomes mostly underwater heritage, but we have some kind of another keyword, dialogue. That's what we are using to express ourselves in this utopia in times of peace, but also in the possibility of the conflict. We don't have that kind of a army or anything. We are just figuring out everything with a dialogue. And we have a very strong, intangible heritage, very strong community relationships and collective memory. This is a world people live in harmony with nature. This is also in relationship with the alchemy. And we kind of first, when we start, we kind of think that water connects and the land divides. We use that, we can say, motto to our starting point. And also, as I said, alchemy. Is there anything you want to add?
I think it's also important to mention that we started with the sea level rising as our climate drive, but sea level rise comes from the global temperature rising at the same time. So these are our two main climate drivers, which comes with them the other drivers we have on our list also, like the clean water shortage, the need for agricultural land, and the lack of biodiversity. So we actually used all the drives that were given to us on the climate section, but we also tried to connect them through the culture and peace drivers, which were indigenous knowledge, collective memory, the sense of community, and the effects of climate change on the tangible and intangible heritage. So we, in our community, we depend highly on the intangible heritage and the indigenous knowledge of the community, because that's the thing they rely on when it comes to the water level rises and being controlled by water and controlling the water. And when it comes to the peace drives, I think the water level rise mainly creates a need for migration, displacement, but we try to use this more in a positive way, like creating new communities, like watersheds, and as a part of the water nation. So this nation is divided into watersheds that are sufficient in themselves, and then create a bigger nation as the water nation. And the governance in the sheds is happens organically and not by a ruling person or persons. So it's mostly as Özge mentioned, you put as much as you get. So you create as much as you need, and everyone lives in harmony this way. So the migration turns into prosperity and equality and equal human rights, and which is also our solution, which also comes to, as Özge mentioned, the dialogue part of our keywords, which was created by this equality concept. And we hope that it will be the answer to our peace drivers, and also in cases of conflicts. I think that's all I can add. So thank you, Özge.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone. Saima couldn't join us. She was also with us in creating this nation, so we should also thank her.
Thank you, guys. As far as I understood that, actually, you couldn't find any solution for climate change, but you are such a resilient community. You turn everything for your benefit. And even as far as I understood that you use the channels for protecting yourself from the outside attacks, because you know you have everything. Everybody wants to have some piece of that. So thank you very much. Shall we continue with the Dystopia group?
Okay.
I guess we would have Margarita to make the presentation. You're muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry, ask her to present.
Okay, I will.
Oh, okay, of course.
I think he understood.
I will start, and if you want, you can add. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. So we have here wonderful land, which is metaphoric. It was wonderful, but after our beautiful touch, it's no more. So this is actually a coastal land with a beautiful vernacular architecture, housing, and harbor. They are doing agriculture, and there is a tourism there. People living with harmony. It was. So we also pick sea level rise. Here is as a climate driver. So sea level rise actually it's triggered by global temperature, and also rising the temperature of the water is also another aspect. And with sea level rise, tangible heritage is affected, like this vernacular architecture. And with this, people should live somewhere, and it's threatened, so they migrate. So it's triggered the migration, and it's also triggered the inequality in the community. Decision makers are not in touch with community, so they couldn't handle this and they couldn't manage it. They didn't do anything to mitigate the risk. So it's lack of communication also and management also. And we told that salty water affects drinking water, because the human being needs drinking water like natural water. This salty water, when it dries, it affects the drinking water, and with this it's also triggered the biodiversity and agriculture. So it's agricultural lands also with the effect of sea level rise, it's ruined. And with the tangible heritage, it's, you know, it's strictly bound with intangible heritage. So when you taking damage on the tangible heritage, intangible heritage also taking damage, and also tourism is affected by that, and economic prosperity, because the community is becoming unstable. People are migrating, and they lose their agricultural lands, their economic power. So it causes lack of prosperity and welfare. And another one is the shortage of clean water is affects inequality and lost community, and it's also this trigger the illnesses, because when you broke the ecosystem, it can cause illnesses without proper drinking water. You can catch some illness, and it is triggered an epidemic, because also when you are migrating, your children and yourself is also vulnerable to your body is vulnerable, so it is also triggered to illness. And also another aspect is when you migrate, some armed conflict or terrorist attacks can, if you are open to that, your community is also vulnerable to that. With this, because you are now you lose your daily routine and your collective memory, and resilience is affected with your intangible heritage. I think if you want to add something, Margarita, you can add here. I didn't mention democracy. If you want, you can mention.
I think it's all that. So we had a wonderful land that was very nice, but because of the lack of mitigating the risks and facing climate change's problems, and without thinking about the sequence of culture, they end up in a armed conflict and in very bad conditions with illness, without prosperity, equality, and all these problems. So the problem was really the relations with all these drivers and the way they couldn't face the need to work out all the pieces and build a better or a wonderful land as they were supposed to. I don't know if anyone wants to add something. We talked also about the ecosystem. So it was really the loss of the old ecosystem and all the culture, and it ended up in the armed conflict.
So thank you very much. Does anyone want to make a comment to other group? Or any questions? Yeah, I guess we are all clear. So
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to make a remark. Yeah. Like it was I think it was interesting to see how the things we took as advantages in our utopia became disadvantages in the dystopia, and how things can turn around so easily. I think that was remarkable to experience in such short time. So thank you.
Yeah, I think we all have a worst nightmare, and our dream is based on water, mostly, as I figure out. It's very important actually to understanding the cause and effect relations between climate change and culture and peace. When you look at many big countries' security plan, security declaration, you will see that climate change is in there. And it's a part of they see that as a part of their security problem. So it's important for us as an heritage experts, the role of the cultural heritage for balancing the situation in here is very important. And I'm sure that all of us bring back something to our place for thinking about more. And I would like to say thank you once more for joining the workshop. I'm afraid that some of our participants, due to the time difference, they just access. It's happened all the times. So, Joao,
yes.
Add anything?
No, I just want to thank you, everyone. I think it was a great experience, and we learned. And I think we have something to think more about and engage more. And I think it's a good way to think of this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aparna, I don't know if Aparna is here.
Yeah, Aparna, as a box she's in here, but I don't know.
Yes, when you have
here. Great.
Oh yes,
Aparna, yeah.
Aparna, I'm here, and I apologize because I had to, as an organizer, one has to do many things behind the scenes. So, but I really wanted to be here, but I was just reading the Miro board as you people were talking. And I think it has given a very rich result. It needs to be a little bit more unpacked. And but really, the indications are so much. If we sit down together, we can really come up with, perception-based. Our risk perceptions can be brought together to develop very good scenarios which can help in real-time risk assessments and also deal with complexity of our times, I think. So thank you so much for this great experience. And I think this is something that we have to explore more.
Yeah, thank you very much again to organizers for giving opportunity to coming together. So hope to see you in peace times. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Zeynep and Zeynep and Zeynep. And thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.